You seem to be suggesting that Raila would have come back to your side,
But
to the side of the people.
But he told me. Everybody's saying he told me, but he told me also.
Yes.
He told me, no, it is not a question of whether we shall take power from Ruto, it is how. He told me on phone. So I think that there's need for us to try the Jaramogi model. Now the Raila model has failed. And the Raila model is stay in your house, grow your numbers, obey the laws of biology. Don't bring DNA injections and multiply artificially.
Yes.
We grow slowly till maybe we take power in 2050. I can't imagine a situation when the IEBC can pronounce any other person as president in 2027.
They will pronounce.
They can only pronounce one person. That is William Ruto. And these by-elections are a statement. So if I look at all the candidates that we have in line,
Yes.
in my view, the only one who has featured in this process because of demonstrating some skills in governance and management,
Yes.
for me is Matiang'i.
Fred Matiang'i. Welcome to a conversation with Manyora. In these conversations, we bring to you men and women who have either shaped the course of our history, who are shaping our history, men who pack an opinion, men who understand this country and the politics of this country. Such a men and women will help us understand ourselves better, understand our country better, and through these conversations, we hope to build a better country. Since the passing on of Raila Amolo Odinga, many things have happened. Today, we are privileged to have a man who traveled the journey with Raila Odinga. A man who, like Raila Odinga, went through the infamous Nyayo torture chambers. A man who was imprisoned because of this country. A man whose career was cut short. A man who, together with people like Miguna, had their education interrupted, all in the fight for this country. It's a great honor and privilege to have Wafula Buke.
Yeah, thank you, Professor.
Wafula Buke. You know, when we hear the name Wafula Buke, we stand up, and we sometimes, because this is a really name in the history of this country. But why are you alive? Many people who traveled the journey with you died. How did you survive this?
You know, in revolutionary circles,
Yes,
the real heroes are those who die because they take the highest possible risk and therefore they go. That I'm alive means I'm not a hero as big as those who have died. Because at least I've been surviving, dodging death and that kind of thing.
yes.
And it's right not to expect to live for long when you're involved in very radical reformist efforts or revolutionary projects, because
Yes.
if you read history, those who begin revolutionary journeys, many of them fall off and very few remain.
But Wafula Buke is here with us.
Wafula Buke is here. And
Are you religious? Do you thank God for being alive?
well, I'm grateful I'm alive, and that's good.
That's good enough for you.
I hope I am able to pay back that gift by being patriotic and remaining useful to the values that are holy as well.
Many people would love to know who Wafula Buke is. But before I give you an opportunity to tell us who Wafula Buke is, of course in brief, because to get to know who Wafula Buke is, even me, there are so many things about you I don't know. We will need perhaps a whole day.
It's true.
And this program is hardly an hour.
Yeah.
Before I give you that, let me give you an opportunity to mourn the man you worked with, the man you believed in, the man who more than anybody else stood for the same things you stood for a better Kenya, Raila Amolo Odinga.
Yes, Raila is, I used to call him elder brother,
Yes.
but he evolved and became our father because of his major contributions.
Yes.
This morning I had a very heavy morning because I've only shed tears twice. The first was when Uhuru Kenyatta mourned and shed his tears. That moved me, given his distance from our history. That he could come, that realization made me also shed a tear. Now the second time was this morning when I listened to Fali Pupa.
Fali Pupa.
A song dedicated to Raila Odinga. That a man from that far has felt the touch of Raila's impact on our history made me also get very moved. So this morning I also shed another tear for Raila Odinga. But Raila Odinga, we've worked together. I must say I joined prison on my own. He also joined on his own. We never met in prison. I just know that in one of the holes, one of the detention blocks, I planted potatoes. And those potatoes were about to be ready. We were removed and taken another block.
Yes.
And Raila took over. So I think he ate my potatoes.
He did.
Yeah, but outside,
Yes.
we met. We've done many things which are known to the public,
Yes.
including working with him
Yes.
at the Orange Democratic Party.
As you talk about working with him, I've heard people say, people like Wafula Buke have done so much for this country and they have paid very high price. At a time Raila was in power, in positions of influence, did he ever think of Wafula Buke? Because people are expecting to hear Wafula Buke the chairman of some Class A parastatal, perhaps Kenya Ports Authority. I mean, here is Raila. He knew how you suffered. He knew how your career was destroyed by the Moi regime as a university student, which you couldn't even finish. Now that he was in positions of influence, including Prime Minister, and later on in the handshake government with Uhuru Kenyatta as a brother, and most recently in this broad-based thing, why didn't he ever make you something like, that's what Kenyans believe and expect.
Let me theorize. I think there is something about Raila Odinga which needs to also be understood. There are several aspects to it, but one of them is this, that
Yes.
Raila had evolved to a level where he was operating more like a computer.
A computer.
Yes. You deploy, you assign responsibilities without feelings. You may not be rewarded if you can survive outside employment. And there are those who need rewards to survive in the struggle.
Yes.
So, scientifically speaking, the value of work can be judged in terms of how much you earn.
Yes.
But what you actually do and what impact you give.
Yes.
And Raila had two teams. There was that team which was trained to survive in hard times and can't betray. You see? And there was that team which was liberal and operated more like players on loan. I think when opportunities came, he focused more on sustaining those players on loan and letting these other ones who can be able to survive
On their
live
own.
a hard life. Yeah.
So
he can't make Buke his PA because Buke will still work on the ground. Let me make a role here, PA, because these ones, if you work with them, they know how the system works and they know the impact on how things work.
yes.
So if we look at what we did as people who are progressive, I want to think that that work was valuable and it was important that you were given that particular work to do as opposed to joining the establishment and get compromised.
Did you ever sleep hungry one day and wonder, surely?
No, many
I'm
times.
not looking for reward, but surely, how would I be sleeping hungry? Well, sleeping hungry doesn't mean you have not eaten. But you get to a point and say, well, why am I having these small problems giving me headache?
When I've
with Raila around. Did you ever get that position?
Yes, we did. And I was talking about theories, and I was saying the computer aspect of Raila Odinga.
Yes.
But I think there may have been another aspect, which was not being sufficiently caring. You know, when he became a prime minister, I must say that I was critical of him because he had no plan for our constituency or the injured. He had no strategy. He ended up just being surrounded by people who don't know us.
Yes.
In fact, at one stage, I went to his office and Major Idris subjected me about 30 minutes interrogation. Who are you? Where do you come from?
People asking you?
How do you know me? Major Idrisi, the PA.
Yes.
People who don't know us. Yeah.
Yes.
So now, those gatekeepers denied us access to him. And not only that, he had no strategy to absorb us in the system and give us reprieve.
What is the best he ever did for you?
The best he ever did for me, one, he kept receiving my calls.
Which is an honor, I agree.
Yes. And point number two, I never begged and failed to get what I begged for.
Yes.
Yeah. And of course, given our background, I used to beg once a year. Yeah.
Once a year?
Yes.
Why once a year?
I had a kid who was
And why beg instead of ask?
I had a son.
I know you know English.
No, I don't know enough. I didn't finish my studies.
Yeah.
Yes. I used to beg once because my son was going to university, and the first term is normally very heavy.
Yes.
About 60,000, 70,000, I didn't have it.
Yes.
So I reserved my opportunities to beg every first term of
Yes.
my son, because then he would give me money to pay.
Okay.
Then I would wrestle with the balance.
But there
I
was a
never
time
let
you
him
worked for him or with him
Yes.
in ODM,
Yes, I worked as a director for strategy and political affairs.
which
And
means
there-
again he didn't
and there he
quite
was paying
forget
me
you.
well. No, he didn't forget me. So I worked there, and I must say that most of what I have has everything to do with the salary he gave me.
The little
Because-
you would get, you'll invest here, do what?
Just do my
Because
kiosk in Bungoma.
we will be talking about Wafula Buke. Still on Raila, I think somebody told me, let me not mention him, he said, you see, people are blaming Raila. Raila, there are so many people in the queue. He has so many debts to pay. Some of them going back to Jaramogi Oginga Odinga, his father. So the guy was telling me, your time will come. I told him, no, I was not queuing. I'm just happy enough to play my small little role. So finally, before we leave Raila Odinga, Wafula Buke, in the past 1 or so years, you seem a little too critical of Raila Odinga. You seem to be having second thoughts about Raila Odinga. Was it strictly to do with him joining Ruto, or there's more to that?
No, my discomfort with Raila as occasional discomfort with Raila is long. It goes back the days when he went to join Moi.
Yes.
He was my very close friend before that. In fact, I used to support him in trying to make sure that Wamala Kijana doesn't take the leadership of Ford Kenya.
Yes.
I was helping him.
Yes.
So when he defected and joined the establishment,
You
I
are a
was
little
unhappy.
unsettled.
In fact, every time we met in Parliament and our eyes met, he looked away.
Yes.
And that was a sign of guilt because he had sold out. So that period, we were not with him.
Yes.
Yeah. And then he's been having this cooperation, the system. We try and tolerate and hold and hope that something will come up. But now, over time, when he finally joined the most unpopular president in the whole world, I thought this...
Do you mean
almost
William
defined
Samoei
William-
Ruto is the
William
most
Samoei.
unpopular president?
According to some opinion poll, he
And
ranked
according to
very high.
Wafula Buke?
According to Wafula Buke, I think he is one of the challenges of the morally upright society in the world. Yeah.
So when he joined Ruto, for you it
When he
was
joined Ruto,
breaking
for me,
point.
it was now a breaking point. I even called him
Yes.
after I didn't know he was going to pick my call, but he picked.
Yes.
I was in Kilifi then, and I told him, "Hey, you now take responsibility for all our problems, because you hold the magic wand of magic stick of Moses. What you do is what will happen.
Yes.
Now, all the sufferings you're going through, brother, you're the one who is responsible." It says, no, it is not a question of, whether Ruto will be removed from power.
Yes.
It's a question of when and how.
That's what he said.
He told me that.
Yes.
He said, and again, you must also know what Mao Zedong said.
Yes.
This famous using the enemy's fist to punch an enemy, save your own, fight another day. You know, he keeps using that particular saying in private circles especially.
Did he convince you?
He didn't convince me. So I told him, I'll be happy if we can meet again. He said, where are you? I said, I'm in Kilifi. He said, can I then meet you on Wednesday? I'm coming there. Unfortunately, that time, there was a crisis in State House. I'm quoting somebody.
Yes.
So he went there and we didn't meet. And I think that was the last appointment I had to meet Raila. We never met again. Ruto snatched him from me.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you are convinced it was a wrong...
So Raila made a big mistake. And if there's anything I mourn,
yes,
I mourn the fact that Raila died in the station, in the ideological station that he was at that time. And you know, Raila used to have two parties in one. ODM is not one party. It's two parties. Yeah. We have those who are available to him and whom he consults and works with closely during times of contest, war, struggle. The Orengos, the Nyangs, the Bukes, and many others. That time, he has no time for this other wing.
yes,
But there's also another wing, another party. When he goes for collaboration,
yes,
then the units.
he goes with those Kina Junets, Kina Makao Mutuas,
and all
Kina
those.
Ali Hassan Joho.
Exactly.
It seems they finally won. They prevailed.
So now, I'm sure he was coming back, but at least by the time he died on the wrong side of things. I have no doubt in my mind that Raila regrets the point, the place that he went, and finally parted with us on the wrong side of history.
Just a moment.
Yeah.
You seem to be suggesting that Raila would have come back to your side,
But
to the side of the people.
But he told me. Everybody saying he told me, but he told me also.
Yes.
He told me, no, it is not a question of whether we shall take power from Ruto, it is how. He told me on phone, in the presence
How and when?
In the presence of a friend of mine and our common friend called Mudamia, Mongera Mudamia,
Yes.
we put him on speakerphone and
Yes.
talked to him.
Yes.
And he told us that. It's a question of when. It is not whether. Yeah.
So
Shall take power.
do you think come 2027, Raila, like he had said, we shall review this thing, we shall have a stand as ODM. Do you think he kind of meant that they will part ways with Ruto and perhaps he was going to run or support another person in the opposition? Is that your...
If we look at his history, of course,
Yes.
I can't speak with certainty
Yes.
because I'm not God anyway. But every collaboration has led to a fallout. Every collaboration, the government has always led to a fallout,
Yes.
a new beginning for his movement.
Yes.
So why would you break this pattern that has been on for about 5 times? I would expect it is logical to
With
imagine
Moi,
he left.
Jogo akameza tinga bila kuswitch off engine.
Exactly.
With the Kibaki,
He did the same.
with like that. Yes.
He's been doing that.
Yes.
So I think that at that senior age of his,
Yes.
that's when the pattern would really replay itself without any other imagination. And that he also talked to some of us about the need for the party to remain, one, and not speculate about who is going to stand for, whether he's going to work with Ruto. Confirms that actually it's going to work out.
Now, Raila gave his reason. To some people, excuse. He said, look here, I looked at things, and when Uhuru called me, I thought it made sense. I looked at things and saw that the Gen Zs were overwhelming Ruto. The military was already out, which is a fact. They're already out, summoned by government, of course. Duale and all the shenanigans around it. Trying to have parliament, in a reverse manner, approve. And Raila says the military was going to take over. And he was so convinced that was going to happen. And he said that wasn't going to be good for the country. What's your honest opinion on that? Is it to you, is it an excuse
Raila
or
lied.
it makes a little sense?
Raila lied. He just lied.
He lied.
That is not true. This army was acting on the command It was respecting every command it's given.
By the
And let me tell you, if there is any indication or any rumor that an army is organizing a coup, action is taken with the first indication of leakage. Yeah. There is no government that can tolerate such a thing. And up to now, nobody has been arrested over that imagination, over that thinking.
Yes.
So I have no doubt in my mind this was just a justification for sabotaging an initiative that seemed to be heading to making all of them irrelevant. It was getting an order which they would not have control over. So I don't believe him on that.
So you don't think Raila was right when he said he feared the military would take over?
I can't
Conditions were not pointing to that.
No, there was nothing like that, completely. He was just justifying a political crime he had committed against people who are emulating his history of resistance.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, turning to ODM, because then you can't talk of Raila without ODM, like you have already said.
Yeah.
There seems to be trouble in the party of Raila Odinga.
Yes. And as I told you earlier, ODM has been two parties. Consistent reformers, call them radicals or reformists, whichever word you pick, or progressives, let me use that word. Then we have those who are conservative, who are pursuing expedience, trying to get things by using his route. Those two parties have been presided over by Raila.
And he was able to manage.
And he was charismatic, strong, and powerful enough
to manage
to keep them all in order. The cost of opposing Raila was too high.
Yes.
So you had to submit and become a grumbler or a person who whispers. Okay. Because those who turn against him expire politically.
Yes.
If Orengo has experienced anything to go by when he turned against him in 2002?
2 yeah.
Exactly.
Yes.
So I think what ODM is going through is resolving that contradiction. In the absence of a person who can call them to order. And by the way, there were times we had huge national meetings of party organs.
Yes.
And the whole, team of delegates argues and pushes towards one direction. Let's say it's an expulsion of an MP, like it happened with Kilifi. Yes. Everybody was pushing for the expulsion of the guy. Then he realizes if discussion goes on, things are not going to come back.
You said the expulsion of who?
I think it was
some
Manzayo, senator, or
somebody in
Kilifi,
yes.
Malindi, those sides. And when he realizes discussion was not going well and people were basically gravitating around getting the fellow out, he said, now, he just stopped the discussion. And he said, who that biblical story, who can
cast the first stone.
Who can cast the first
stone. Then he laughs.
Who has not made a mistake here. And let me tell you, the whole team again swung back and aligned with him. Yes. So Raila had the power to order these two ideologically different
sides of the
constituencies to really conform to his demands. Now, in the absence of Raila Odinga,
that's now the question.
The progressives on one side, conservatives and I call them opportunists on the other side. Who can call them to order? I doubt if that fight will end up well.
What do you see?
For me, my prayer is that they break into two because they're not the same. And we can't go to both destinations. So the Orengos, the Anyanyongos, the Sifunas, the Babuinos, and all those sensible people
on one side
come and form their own party.
Yes.
Then these other ones can go to UDA or form a coalition with UDA.
Or call themselves.
Yeah. And we have an ideological contest. That way, it serves the broader goals of the nation better than living in a confused house.
How about those who believe it is possible to get an individual who can
call a house to order?
Call.
My problem with that is that, we had some time ago when Ford Kenya was formed and there was a struggle between Omalo and whatever.
Yes.
I was privileged to have a meeting with Raila in Makuti in South B.
Yes.
And he was asking for my opinion, what do you think in this court? I told him, you can't beat the system in the same house. We can't fight Omalo when he enjoys the sympathies of Moi and win that war. The solution is we move out and build our own house. I think among his advisors, I must be one of those who casted that vote that he forms another party.
Okay.
In the same way,
That's when he formed NDP.
NDP, yes.
Yes, and resigned his seat to go and contest in a by-election.
Exactly.
Correct.
Now, in the same way, at the moment, you can't beat those who are allied to Ruto. When they went for the funeral alone, each of them was given $1 million, each of the MPs.
Yes.
$1 million, $1 million, $1 million.
Yes.
Then there was a caucus of ODM delegates also after that. Each of them was given money.
Yes.
And the delegates were given money through, of course.
So because of the support...
So because of the support of the system, fighting these people
within ODM,
we can only lose and conform.
Sifuna will lose.
They will lose. They'll lose. They'll be kicked out. I'm not sure that whether they are not, the schemes are not at a very advanced levels.
So just like the Ford Kenya example, where Raila had to leave because Moi was supporting Omalo Kijana.
Yes.
You feel Sifuna and the rest should have no illusion that they can win.
Sifuna, those fellows, one, they're young.
Yes.
Two, they have managed to achieve some popularity
Yes.
that can make them fly.
Yes.
Of course, they have deficiencies, which is money.
Yes.
But sometimes when you're organized and forceful enough,
Yes.
that attracts support.
Yes.
Yes. So, in my opinion, they ought to have the bravery of Raila Odinga of 1990. Was it 4? 94, 95.
Because
about.
inside they will not
They will not
win
thrive.
the war.
They can't thrive. They will only be compromised and sellers and occasionally do pretentious radical statements, but they know they're headed nowhere. But if they want to reform this country, they
Yes.
can't do it within a party that is controlled by Ruto. It's not possible.
Because Ruto himself said, I will not allow people to take
Yes.
ODM. People were wondering, you not allowing ODM?
How?
Somebody
Who are
not,
you?
I mean, who are you in terms of ODM?
Yeah.
I still believe, look, in Mombasa, Winnie called out some people. And I was asking myself, could this be pointing to a situation where within the Jaramogi family, there are voices speaking at cross purpose, people pulling in different directions? Could it be that Oburu doesn't have the full support of Raila's family?
You see, it's difficult to really land on the real raw materials that should help you process a position on that. But what I can say that needs to be considered in arriving at that is to look at ODM. ODM has
Yes.
been a party as well as a kiosk.
Yes.
As well as a kiosk.
A party and as well as a kiosk like Ford
yes.
Kenya and the
A
ANC.
kiosk for Raila Odinga
Yes.
and maybe those who work with him. It's a means by which so much money is made. You know?
Yes.
For Sakaja to survive in that place,
Yes.
money goes somewhere. And on a monthly basis. I know that. Confirmed by very big people.
Yes.
Okay? For people to get nominated, every Kenyan knows so much money goes somewhere.
Yes.
Okay?
So it's a kiosk to that extent.
It's a kiosk to that extent. Now, you can't tell whether the disagreement within the Jaramogi family has something to do with the kiosk
Aspect of the party.
Of the party.
That we are not sure that the proceeds from the kiosk.
Yes.
Yes.
I feel bad being truthful because, you know, after a funeral that big, remember Malcolm X?
Yes.
When John F. Kennedy was killed and
Yes.
he tried to be honest and says the chicken coming home to those people got very angry.
Very
It was a
angry with
funeral
him, yeah, I
situation.
remember, yeah.
So we don't want to be very critical, but the truth is this, that you can't tell whether it is that aspect of consideration or
Yes.
the desire for a radical drift from the broad-based approach to managing ODM politics.
Now, let me ask you, Wafula Buke. There are people that would include me a bit, who believe if somebody like Ida stepped in, the noise will go down, the fighting will go down, and the party will have a chance at survival.
And that's the bad thing I don't want. I can't want that. We don't want another person to keep these two different things masquerading to be together.
Yes. You want them to give way.
They should just break up, give
Yes.
us an opportunity to have an independent organ and build afresh. You see, one of the lessons we learned from Raila and Jaramogi. Jaramogi tried to maintain purity of the movement, sticking with those who believe in a cause.
Yes.
And came on and said, we shall build and continue building.
However small.
However small, we shall grow into the majority.
Quality more than quantity.
More than quantity.
Correct.
And you can see up to the 1992, he still maintains on quality.
Yeah.
And he's
across the country.
He never got impatient to join these people.
Yes.
Because he maintained that. Now, our brother Raila took a different approach. For him, he was an impatient person who was ready to come up with any coalition that helps him advance.
Yes.
And the end result has been failure, and the failure to have even an institution that can be owned by those who belong to his ideological position. So I think that there's need for us to try the Jaramogi model. Now the Raila model has failed. And the Raila model is stay in your house, grow your numbers, obey the laws of biology. Don't bring DNA injections and multiply artificially.
Yes, yes.
We grow slowly till maybe we take power in 2050.
The Jaramogi way.
And implement change as Jaramogi would have done. Do you recall that in when Kenyatta, when Moi forgave him and said stand,
yes,
the old man could still stand up and say, no, this was a land grabber. He's still sticking to his philosophy.
Yes, which now, put him in trouble.
Raila couldn't have said Kenyatta was a land grabber. He would have said what he said at the funeral of Moi, praising criminals so that he can be embraced and be given a chance to grow.
So that kind of compromising is what Wafula Buke doesn't like.
No, it has failed. I don't have to like it.
It has failed.
Raila has proved that it can't work.
Those people never get to accept you fully.
Yeah, they can't accept you. And
the suspicion lingers on even after you've stretched your hand.
Exactly. So, and that's why now Raila has a problem in terms of constructing his legacy. Because here he has gone. Yeah. Where is our house? We've no house. Ruto has taken over the house. He's bragging that they won by elections because they stood one person and that kind of thing. Now, where do we belong? That is a debt he owes us. And that is a child of the politics of expedience. Shortcuts and impatience as opposed to
the Jaramogi way of...
You know, steady, growing the population slowly by slowly. You know, when you're going to prison, we went to prison saying we're going to work with Jaramogi. No, we never met him. So there...
now, you say, according to Wafula Buke, let's just be honest with ourselves. These two factions cannot work together, especially in a house or a party controlled by Ruto. So let those wishing to work with Ruto, the conservatives, the opportunists, let them remain. We
can only work together when we are generally serving the devil. Sorry, it is a strong word. When you are serving the wrong king, the wrong cause.
Okay.
That's the only way the party can survive. Should it survive at that cost? I don't think so. There is need for another front.
So now this front, I'm pursuing this.
Yes.
So we have this front where there are people like Orengo, Sifuna, Babu Wino, Amisi, and a few other progressive. And there are some who are in between. But when the division becomes clear and necessary, they could be on this other side.
Exactly.
You think they can start their own? Now, given that Kenya seems to have been moving on a very clear sort of understanding that, one, our politics have become coalition politics. And number two, that we always have two sides. An attempt at a third force, the third horse, has always produced either a mule or at best a donkey.
Yes.
You can remember Kalonzo Musyoka 207.
Yeah.
Not much showing. Musalia Mudavadi with his 400, 500,000 votes in 2013, and so on and so on. So, given that kind of history where our politics is like binary, you have people on one side, the government, and the progressive side led by Raila over the years. Are you not thinking of a situation where this third force, if they do not garner sufficient strength, either to be the second force and replace Kalonzo and the rest, would it not be better for them to join hands with the united opposition?
You see,
move out of ODM, You can have your own existence by way of a party or whatever it is, or a coalition, but then accept that your river is a small river. It is going to pour into the united opposition river and help identify a candidate there, and you have a say there. What do you think?
We have two scenarios where two situations we're responding to.
Yes.
The first situation is how do we get this obstacle called UDA? How do we get it? It's like it is a road back to the worst part of our history.
Yes.
How do we get it out of our way? Now, to achieve that,
Yes.
we need a united front with all the ideological compromises.
Yes.
So that we can get him out and see whether we can start another fight.
Yes. After he has gone.
After he has gone. You
Yes.
remember the Kuomintang of China and how they fought the Japanese first, then they came together again, the Communist Party to fight. So for us also, we need our own house as revolutionaries, as reformers, as progressives.
Yes.
That progressive team
Yes.
will therefore pour into the united opposition that is supposed to really get Ruto out of power.
Yes.
After that, they
Yes.
take their space, we take our space. Right now, as things stand, it doesn't matter where you are, just make sure you're not in Uda's place.
Yes.
Be anywhere that helps us
How-
get the numbers to tackle the...
Do you think the Gen Zs will fit properly in this progressive force of Kinasifuna and you and the rest of these people who are progressive?
You see, in my opinion, the Gen Z is a product of our failure. It's a product of failure because where do they turn? Whom do they follow? They can't see. So they end up trying to provide solutions to the challenges of the times the same way we've also done. And it's not the first time, even in the 50s, yeah. Remember the gangs of 40 stood up and fought also. So the Gen Z will definitely find leadership in us if we manage to articulate their views and also show the determination that they have demonstrated in fighting for change.
Now that brings me to something else. The recently concluded by-elections. The opposition lost, if you wish, you can use in Mbere, which was very critical.
Yeah.
Mbere North.
Yeah.
Equally critical, if not more critical, Malava, they lost. Has this exposed their underbelly? Does this show, like Ruto is saying, that he has no opponent, that the opposition is not up to the task?
We've seen all the state efforts in manipulating the process. We go to Malava, the same thing, and the other side,
Violence.
It's obviously manipulated process.
Open bribery, using state resources.
I can't imagine a situation when the IEBC can pronounce any other person as president in 2027.
They will pronounce.
They can only pronounce one person. That is William Ruto. And these by-elections are a statement.
But that's what will
If
happen.
he can work that aggressively to win these by-elections, what will he do? What can he do to secure
So do we give up?
the pronouncement? In my view,
Yes.
this electoral political process is a step towards the experience of the by-elections telling us that we must find another solution or create conditions for a free and fair election. In its absence, the outcome is just going to be what we have seen. Now, whether the opposition leaders and ourselves internalize that and use it as a basis for political planning is another matter.
Is it a possibility that things can be worked out in such a way that 2027 produces a free and fair election?
I think for me, we have to choose between two wars.
Yes.
Do we fight to create these conditions before the elections, or do we fight after the elections?
What do you think?
In my view, the best fight is now.
Which will be civil, bloodless, and everything.
Bloodless, maybe bloody, whatever it is. The fight has to be fought now to create conditions for a free and fair election.
But that losing
You see,
itself, so that
when
we... Yes,
you
yes,
come
yes.
to IABC, for instance,
Yes.
I don't even know that you know the name of the chairman. I don't know the name.
I also don't know.
I don't know the name.
Yes.
And it's terrible. Because that office ought to go to a person we all know, respect, and as a CV that's acceptable to all of us. We don't know the boy. The rest, we therefore have no idea who they are.
Are you giving excuses for the opposition losing?
No, I'm not giving excuses. I'm just...
Does the loss in Mbere and Malava and whatever else convince you or indicate to you that the opposition is a little weak?
No, it doesn't. It just convinces me that just like in the past, we have not given enough time to creating the environment for a free and fair election.
Which is possible.
Which is possible.
Now that brings me to the next question. Going to 2027, there must be lessons that we have learned from these by-elections.
Yes.
There must be mistakes we made, we must accept and move forward.
Both on our side and the government side.
Yeah.
Yes.
We are aware, if we were not aware, that Ruto will stop at nothing to win an election.
Yes.
We were, some of us were aware, but it looks like some were not aware. Now we are all aware.
Yes.
But there are two things that we must address. Number one, which is rather obvious, that we must go to this election of 2027 united. First, as a country, we must be united.
Yes.
And then the opposition must be united.
Yes.
If there's anybody who thought the possibility of winning outside a united opposition, today they must be reminded is almost impossible.
That's agreed.
Difficult, almost impossible.
Not possible.
So, do you see this opposition unity possible? And I want to give you the two questions so that you take them together because they are related.
Yes.
If the answer is yes, that you need this opposition, who do you see? Because it is important. Unless you make it a wave like the 2002. Because when it is a wave, it doesn't matter who carries the flag.
Yeah.
But if you don't succeed and you are not sure it will be a wave, then it just has to be a political war. You need the best general.
Yeah.
So first, therefore, do you think we need to ensure if we are the opposition, we are united? And the two, who do you consider to be the best general?
Yeah. First, you know, opposition is, constructing a united opposition is a process. It's a long process. It's also a school.
Yes.
You go, others who are a bit low in understanding grow up slowly by slowly. And the best lesson for me has also been these by-elections. Getting them to know that, oh, you can expect this, you can do this, and still not get this.
Yes.
So, in my opinion, it's up to the leaders. But the process of forming a united opposition is on, and lessons are dropping every day.
Yes.
That we can't win if
unless we are
front
united.
the fellow alone.
Yes.
So I hope at the end of the process, everybody would have learned the same way we learned in 2002.
That you need to be united.
We need to be united.
Yes.
That's one. I think it is possible for us to unite.
Yes.
Because the conditions that people are going through in Kenya are educative enough.
Yes.
To be possible to heckle somebody who tries to go alone.
Yes.
So I expect that they'll be united. Now, who
Yes.
should be the flag bearer?
Yes.
You know, we have had many presidents since independence.
Yes.
And they have all come from different justifying or endorsing circumstances.
Yes.
Kenyatta was picked as president, not because he had demonstrated managerial or governance skills, but
Yes.
because he had stayed in prison for a long time
Yes.
and was an associate of the rebellion. He became president.
Yes.
Then he picked a vice president, Moi, because he was weak, because he was a fellow who is inconsequential.
Yes.
Now, that's what gives us the next president. What gives us the next president is weakness and inability to provide leadership. So you got Moi. Now, come to Kibaki. I think Kibaki was not picked because of demonstrating management under KANU, because KANU was a failure, and that's why he was kicked out.
Yes.
He was picked because he was a fence sitter and therefore could be accommodated by everybody. And another thing that he also was picked for is one time lawyers went to visit him, I know one, to visit Omalo Kijana in Kitale. I told him, why are you not going for presidency? He says, you know, first before we arrived at the Kibaki being running for president, we sat together. And an opinion poll was done, well, a survey.
Yes.
And it established that I was the most popular person. That was Amala Kijana. Then they went to capacity. They checked my resources. At that time, Amala had no car. He even had no home. He was my father-in-law. I married his daughter for some time.
Yes.
Yeah, so I know the details.
Yes.
So now, when we came to Kibaki, Kibaki had about 2 billion in his account, ready for the campaign, and he had about 1,000 cars, to name but many other supporting infrastructure.
Yes.
So he said, because of that, they decided to pick this other person.
Because he had resources.
He had the resources to man the machine.
Yes.
So now back to the topic. Kibaki is being picked because of both resources
And
as well as
being a fence
being a
sitter.
fence sitter.
Not offending
skills
anybody.
in management.
Yes.
So when he comes to power and becomes a good manager, it's just some luck.
Yeah.
We didn't look for that. We didn't expect that.
Yes.
Now comes Jomo Kenyatta. Uhuru Kenyatta.
Uhuru Kenyatta.
Uhuru Kenyatta was picked because it just came from the right stomach.
Yes.
It's a fact. From the royal family. And then we have Ruto, who has become president because of a thief.
And then the
He never
ICC thing,
respect.
yeah.
He never respect. So if I look at all the candidates that we have in line,
Yes.
in my view, the only one who has featured in this process because of demonstrating some skills in governance
Yes.
and management,
Yes.
for me is Matiang'i.
Fred Matiang'i. my
Matiang'i had
friend.
no dreams. I don't think he had any dreams of being a president. But because of the way he managed the aspects of government that he was allocated to,
Yes.
the GNC and many other people thought
The super minister, super CS.
yes, he managed
The
to
performer.
convince us that maybe he can deliver. So if we picked Matiang'i,
Yeah.
we shall be, for the first time, trying to pick somebody because of his association with performance inside government, something we never tried
Not
before.
his tribe, not his fence-sitting capacity,
Yes.
not the money,
Not his stomach. Not his
but
stomach.
basically we are looking at his past,
Yes. As an offset government.
what he has done, and we are convinced he can handle the responsibility of government. That's Matiang'i.
That's Matiang'i.
But that is from a point of performance. But the intricacies in selecting a presidential candidate from the opposition, how would you fit that in within the intricacies? This is a powerful, it's a complex matrix.
You see, you need the eyes of God to be very accurate.
Yes.
But I think there is a new tribe
Yes.
that exists now, political tribe,
Yes.
called the younger, impatient, dissatisfied, angry, revolutionary generation.
Yes.
They have demonstrated that they can actually take power. With very little, 1, 2, 3, 4, they can take power.
Yes.
That constituency, if it goes for who shall fix their problems, I don't see any other candidate featuring except Matiang'i.
Except Matiang'i.
Yeah. Like him or not, whatever it is, but the issue is that he is the only one who has shown that he can fix 1 or 2 things given the assignment.
So
that tribe
yes.
will boost his lean ethnic constituency.
Yes.
And that may make him a serious person at the discussion for power.
I'm sure
As
you are
the
also
campaign
aware.
continues,
I'm sure so. I'm sure you are aware that there are indications already within the opposition
Yeah.
that they seem to have settled on Kalonzo silently. I think this is an indication not lost to you.
I am an insider, a bit.
So if that is true, how would then Matiang'i navigate against this tide?
You see, if as an insider bit, I'm just not an insider, I attend the meetings, but I know that
You may not enter the kitchen, but you are in the sitting
know
room.
what's being cooked. I can say that that consensus may be just high a bit because of the Rigathi factor, maybe, but it's not yet agreed on.
It's not agreed
It's
on.
not yet agreed on, and in my opinion, even if it was agreed on, it's too early to really identify who can be.
If I have been listening to you and getting you right,
Yeah.
it would appear that if things were to be left the way they are,
Yeah.
with the influence of who becomes presidential flag bearer, falling mainly to Rigathi Gachagua and one or two other people, then Kalonzo will most likely be picked as a flag bearer. But having listened to you, I get the impression what's coming out is that first we have said the progressive forces within ODM should be under no illusion that they can win the war within ODM. And being with the other teams is like oil and water. They walk out, form their own outfit, or organize in whatever way they can organize. Most of them are youthful people. And then they work with the opposition. If I'm getting you right, their voice becomes important in deciding who is the flag bearer. So whereas the decision coming from Gachagua and one or two other people seemed to be favoring Kalonzo, the matrix begin to change a bit. And finally, the Gen Zs, who either on their own or having traveled in the same bus with Kinasifuna, will also have a bearing on deciding who then the flag bearer is. And that gives you the comfort that who you consider the best person because of the way you have said it, and that being Matiang'i, stands now a higher chance. Did I get you right?
I think the professor has helped me.
I got you right.
Put it better.
Yeah, thank you.
There is another vote, another position that has not been declared, which is where is our endorsement as people have been shaping up this country, led by the people we know. Where do we cast our vote in terms of choosing who leads? You know, the voice
with all your experience and
and our networks and commitment, and let's not cheat ourselves. One of the reasons why they lost Malaba is because of not having disciplined cadres running the
election.
System. I was in charge of Kisii. And 2017, I remember I went to Raila's place, his office, not his office really, he was meeting those professors, the D and that kind of thing. I told him, no, the urgent system, you can't work where you're working. We have to have a change. I had my own team, about 14 people. We raided the office by force. He kicked me out of the meeting. I came back and explained to him, it can't work because your people are doing it this way. And they're cheating you like this. Finally accepted. And we ran that show with a lot of commitment. And we ended up with evidence that nullified the election. Because we are disciplined, we know each other. But now, when you come to our brothers who are arriving from doing tenders and collecting amassed money somewhere, they come and choose their own relatives. In the process, we end up with a system that can't deliver. So I'm saying that our vote in determining who should be the candidate and availing our skills gathered over the years towards ensuring that the election is fair, we shall move closer to victory, if not get the victory.
Now you are saying you people who have been around, have struggled, have suffered for this country, and when you speak, people know you are not speaking because of tenders. You are not speaking because you need money. You had opportunities to betray your country, you have not. There are a number of you still alive and up and kicking, Toby Manyara and the rest. That your voice could have some little bearing. That, as we come to the end, brings me to the segment of who is Wafula Buke. People associate you with student leadership, paying for it. People know you've gone to jail. People know your path has been full of potholes and hurdles and boulders and all sorts of things. I started by asking why you are alive because I know many people who have been engaged in the sort of struggle have died in the process.
Got subdued.
Now that we have you, can you spend a few moments to share with Kenyans who Wafula Buke is?
Well, I'm the son of a former councillor of about 3 terms, and I was lucky to grow up and realize that there is value in living to make sure that all of us live comfortably. And that went on through schooling. I went up to university. I had been educated a bit from my father's books and a few teachers I met. When I reached the university, I thought the university was a letdown because
It was a
bit of a letdown.
A letdown.
Yeah, because those were days when Moi was really hard on you thinkers. I remember one was Dr. Mugambi or Professor Mugambi. Later, Stare Boys, somebody.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Religious studies,
He
yeah.
was given a chance to come and give a lecture to Fungamando and tell us about the Nyaya philosophy.
Yes, yes.
And we all
Jesse
turned out
Mugambi, yes.
in huge numbers.
Yes.
And he talked about what philosophers have said about peace, what philosophers have said about unity.
Yes.
Philosophers have talked about love.
And he's talking about Moi.
He stopped the meeting. Yeah.
You stopped?
there. Yeah.
He stopped.
So in short,
Yes.
he could not manage to talk about the Nyaya philosophy,
Which he had brought him.
which he had brought in that particular
Yes.
place. Yeah.
He sensed the mood.
Yes. And the few lecturers who tried to be brave were arrested. Katama was taken away. Kecho Witi was also beaten up
Yes.
and then came back scared. I remember Dege wanted to come into class, sociology class, saying, "Who is a policeman here?" These things I was being asked, I spoke them from this class.
This class.
Who is the policeman here? You know, I can just choose to say nothing and you get wasted. Anyway,
Yes.
I'm saying that when I arrived in the university, thinking was not there. Yeah.
Thinking was not there.
Thinking was not there.
It had taken leave.
Taken leave. So in fact, I gave up studying and embarked on trying to liberate the university so that we can have academic freedom when political change has taken shape. And as I ended up in student politics.
Who were your contemporaries that time?
Yeah, well, I stood
People you
twice.
were with at university that time?
They're all big people. Others are very small people like Miguna.
Let's share a few. Tell us a few of the ones who are still suffering like you,
Now,
and one or two of the big ones.
Those who are comfortable.
I read something from you, by the way, about Rigathi Gachagua. You are with him also.
Oh, those are my classmates.
Now tell us, Pastor, those who are small people, like you say.
Yes, those who are small.
Now.
Who are small then and are small now.
Yes.
I can mention my Secretary General Kabere, Dr. Kabere Njenga.
Yeah, Kabere Njenga,
He was expelled, came back, he got his degree after 18 years. Well, he retired the other day, a humble guy. And then we had Miguna.
Miguna, the famous general.
Yes, the general. Oh, of course.
Was he in your, when you were student leader?
He was a year behind me.
Or a year behind you?
But I was the chairman.
Yes.
And he was the treasurer.
He was your treasurer?
Yes.
Okay.
And I remember when we were put together, when I was elected, I gathered my kitchen cabinet.
Yes.
That was Miguna, Kaberere, Munorunderi, who is now in Canada, and another also disappeared, Kakiri, went somewhere else in exile, and they've never come back. I told him, are you aware that if you pursue radical politics, we're going to end up in prison, exile, death, and all those things?
Yes.
You? I said, yes. And do we therefore continue, or do we back out and become soft and survive? I said, no, we carry on.
That is Miguna saying, and a few others.
Kaberere and others. And we didn't last 2 days, I think. After the rally, they came for us and rounded us up. And so that is...
How long were you chairman?
I was chairman for 9 days. I don't think I ever
You didn't enjoy your chairmanship?
I didn't enjoy power.
You didn't enjoy power?
If they had salary, I would not have got any. Though, of course, my leadership banned salaries to student leaders when I became chairman.
You banned it?
I banned those things.
You said no salary for student leaders.
Salary,
they should work for
if
students.
If you must be paid, then just retire. Yeah. I also banned tribal organizations.
Yeah. They were very famous those days, yeah.
Very famous.
District things.
Very lucrative.
I know. They will go to Moi and live there with good things.
Yes. So I went on like
those
that.
are the big people, the small people.
The small people.
Mention
now the big people
who are in your class, in your year mates and
top
around
of the list is the former deputy president,
Rigathi
Gachagua.
Yes.
Gachagua has been very consistent.
Yes.
If I've been consistent,
yes,
and consistency is a measure of how good one is, then we are equally good.
Yes.
Because he was consistent as a systems person.
Yes.
And I've also been like that. At the university, was basically the only person who had accessed the president directly.
He could access the president
directly, and he bragged about it.
When he was a student?
Yes. If you walk near any gathering, you keep quiet.
You see,
Yes.
you sense danger.
He goes, then you continue
You
discussing.
continue talking.
Yes. And at some stage, I was arrested by, no, not arrested. There was, I was infiltrated by a special branch who was turned out to be an inspector. Then he worked with us. It was so good. In fact, there's a picture I was sharing on social media where he was carrying me shoulder high. I didn't know. Then students kind of discovered him. So he came to me to confess. He said, you know, Buke, I want to tell you this. I was sent here to investigate your Libyan connection, but I established that you're innocent. So I have been protecting you without your knowledge. So I said, okay, no problem. So who are you? He said, I'm Inspector Solomon Ochola.
And he was a student?
He was a student, acting as a, he was not a student.
No, just those who used to be there those days.
Because
Yeah.
we followed him. He said it was ADD. We couldn't find him. Followed him. He goes up, then comes down.
Oh, he says he's going to class, then he dodges.
Electrical engineer, he goes, disappears Central Police Station.
Yes.
And that's happened for about 2 years plus. So now, so he told me now, after confessing,
Yes.
that listen, this is the university for you. That some chief is a sergeant in the police department. That janitor is a corporal, but that one is good. He's your friend. He likes you.
He likes you, but he's a
Yes.
he's
Now,
a policeman.
The person who reports direct to the president is Rigathi Gachagua. Yeah. Yeah. So now I want to say that he's been very consistent. That's one.
Yes.
The other person was when I stood for chairman in 1986.
Yes.
I made it in 87, but 86 I was rigged out.
Yes.
The person who was assisted was Nduma Nderi. He's the current president of the labor court in
Yes.
Kenya.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Those are the big boys
Who are with you?
of my times. We also had people like Kennedy Lusaka
Uh-huh.
and many others who have managed to thrive in the profession.
Feeling nice in this system.
Nice in this system.
Tell us a bit about your experience in how you ended up in Nyaya House, because I'm sure you were tortured in Nyaya House, the infamous Nyaya House.
No, Nyaya House is a boring topic. We've talked about it so many times. But
You were there.
I was there.
For how many days?
I was there for 14 days. And
Is it as terrible as people say, or there is an exaggeration?
I've only, since I became 18
Yes.
in Luyaland school, since I was circumcised,
Yes.
up to now,
Yes.
there's only one time when I cried and called my mother. Maiko Enafua.
Michael, enough! Mom, I'm dying.
I'm dying, my mother. In fact, that was Nyaya House.
Torture.
After beatings.
Is that where somebody of pure was?
Yes, that's where Opio was. So, in fact, when I was coming down the lift, escorted by Leonard Washira, a special man, who later on broke this tooth in another encounter over Farah.
He broke?
Down. He broke this tooth, the pistol.
Yours?
He was coming for my throat.
Uh-huh.
He was drunk. Now he arrested me. That is another story,
Yes.
another period.
You have many
Yeah,
stories. We'll call you again for another story.
So now, but in the lift, I laughed. So he told me, why are you laughing? And you've just been screaming. I laughed because I remembered. I actually called my mother, not my father.
So he hit you with a pistol.
So in short, Nyaya House stretched the limits. Yeah.
A man's endurance.
Yes. How can you really remain the same? And I want to say, I'm very proud of this boy because after serving 5 years in prison,
Which boy?
this one,
This boy Wafula.
this boy Wafula.
Yes, you
After
are jailed for 5 years.
5 years. Well, I served 3 years and 4 months. After serving the sentence, the first meeting I held to plan for a guerrilla warfare was the following day.
You are released today from jail?
The following day, I formed the first cell and started political lectures, political, training for the cadres. I'm trying to say that I survived the test and remained firm and was never shaken by the things that I went through. Yeah. But so Nyaya House is there.
But in order to, the day you are jailed, you told me that they prepare you.
They prepare you.
You are prepared to confess, to plead guilty.
Yeah.
Is it true?
Or
you are lying to me?
There are several things I've learned about my body.
Yes.
I never knew that when I'm very scared,
Yes.
sweat drips from here, goes up to the ground, this side and this side.
When you are scared.
When I'm scared. I've never been scared again because I've never shed, that tears never come out.
Tears from the armpit.
From the armpit. When they say remove your clothes, I imagine what's going to happen, and the sweat just comes.
Yes.
So what happened when I refused to plead guilty, as instructed by Opio, that when you go to court, plead guilty. Is that clear? I told him, no, I can't plead guilty because you're lying. I've never met any Libyan. You can't even show me a picture. Say, and I'm not begging you. I'll give you 5 minutes. Please answer, then we move the next phase. He came back after 5 minutes. I said, no, I can't. So they took me back there. And from Friday up to Monday, we don't want to hear anything from you, we just want to beat you. And the guys beat you up, then they go for lunch.
After beating you up?
Go for lunch and come back on duty, 2 o'clock, beat you up, take tea at 4, beat you up. By the time it reached Monday, my head was gone. I was just, I think I had gone mental. And I would have pleaded guilty to anything.
Anywhere?
Anywhere. In fact, I was being interviewed somewhere and I said, when I went to the courts, you know, the people who beat you are all over. So you're not seeing the public, you're not seeing...
You are seeing the people who beat you?
People who beat you up. So,
and you are in the court?
What's going on? It's only Chunga who is new. There's some other people. So, in fact, I remember Pio, to confirm that I was subdued.
He came to court?
He looked at me. He was there. He was the one whispering to Chunga. He says, this boy, and says, yes, he also is directing Chunga, not to say.
The director of public prosecution then?
Yes.
Deputy director of public prosecutor?
Yes. So Pio looked at me.
Do you know what we agreed on? That you are supposed to say you are guilty?
Kind of. I also just said, you know.
You said, siwezi rudi nyayo.
Huko siendi. So that's how we ended up in committee. In a way, that experience was also good.
Yes.
Because you go to prison feeling good. Yeah. You know?
At least some relief.
It is bad to go to prison angry that you're going to serve a long sentence. It is better to go there saying, oh, I've run away from the monster. I've come to relax. So the first week is comfortable because you are happy. You're not being beaten. When you are in jail, at least you are now happy. That helps you to survive the jail term. Any regrets, as we finally wonder? Yes. Any regrets? Regrets? I don't see. I only know that the families suffered a lot. Your family? Yeah. Suffered a lot. I don't want to go into that. Yeah. If that also indicates how much the Raila's family should have suffered. Maybe, but I think there's so many families that suffered big time. Yeah. Many families. Now, finally, when you look at the totality of everything happening in this country, as now we completely wind up, do you see hope for this country? The only time when I felt there was hope, and there's hope, is when the GNC showed that there exists another people who have the spirit of sacrifice for a cause. That's the only time I felt maybe we should keep trying. Maybe. Otherwise, you are just about to give up. You get to a point where you feel like you are giving up. It is not knowing what to do. It's not even giving up. Just like, and then when the Gen Zs happen, say, yeah, there's still hope. There's still hope. And that's why I gave a very angry comment on Raila just before he died. Very angry till I regret it even. I was so angry with him that he sabotaged the youth. Are they still there? They're there. The youth are there. Do we still have hope in them? We have hope in them. Thank you, Wafula Buke. Thank you, Professor. Please agree to come back again. You have so much to share. Sitting with you. Thank you very much. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Right. Thank you for being with us as we listen to Wafula Buke. Thank you very much.